stories that Cav has that are true and unbelievable, and we all have stories, but thank you so much for teaching them that he is not a scripture reader, he is a storyteller. He tells the story that people relate, and that's what it's all about. Now, on a positive side, Mr. Rodwell. Yes, sir, Steve.
I want to make a comment about Captain's Paul. If I can stop crying for a second. I work in the same area. Same area they do. I have more people that come up to me and say, "We bought our cookware 5 years ago, and we never took out a box." And I said, "Well, right. All a good-looking guy with a good-looking wife?" They said, "Yeah." They said, "He's the greatest guy ever. We love the cookware." I said, "Well, let me show you how to use it." I'll bet that's happened 10 times, Gavin.
I can tell you what percentage of people never take it out of the box that I sell in cookware. They're not buying the cookware.
I know, that's for sure. That's the truth.
Isn't it lunchtime or something? Okay. Cav, thank you. And we have our cutest guy that's going to talk about staying positive in a negative world. And as Mr. Ziegler says, talking about his son coming home and saying, "Dad, I think I flunked my math test." He says, "Son, that's negative. Think positive." He said, "Dad, I'm positive. I flunked my math test." We've all been there and done that. And to tell the story about staying positive in a negative world, it's not really a negative world. It can be a negative world, but let's see what we can do. Where's Mr. David? Mr. Rodwell, that singing machine, that playing machine. Come on up and give him a hand, guys. David Rodwell, our cooties guy.
You what with it?
Oh, left side.
Okay. I think it's on.
So, how many of you were with us last night singing, rocking and rolling? Let me do it. Who wasn't there? Will you come tonight?
Yes, because I'm not going to be at 6 o'clock morning meeting tomorrow.
So, Ms. Robin sent me a text. She said, "Here's what I want you to do. I want you to come and talk about how to not get lonely on the road, how to stay positive." I said, "Robin, I can't do that. I'm the loneliest guy on the road. It's my biggest problem. I'm crying, I'm miserable. I miss my wife, I miss the cats." She said, "Wow, what a coincidence." She knew. She said, "Oh, by the way, when you give your speech, I want you to follow Cat Binfield." So here's some things I put together. It didn't go anywhere, so did I do it wrong? Try it again. Okay. So you're out there on the road, you're traveling. Anybody ever been down this road? Anybody?
Yeah.
Not 3 of you? 4 of you? All of you? I mean, it's the truth. You get out there and you're all by yourself, and I did this 20 years ago, and I had a dog with me and a cat. It made a big difference. I didn't have them this time, so I'm getting all lonely. Things are not going quite the way I wanted to. You ever get that feeling? Just poor, pitiful me. The alcoholics talk about poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me another one. Because I'm miserable. So the little kitty, are you coming to help me? Thank you. Is it on? Okay. So a couple of things. Dave Hurley just talked about it before. He said all this stuff is mental. So lonely is when you're sad from being alone. That's from the dictionary. Alone is when you're separated from others, when you're not actually with somebody. So one is a physical fact, a state of being. So why does it keep going the wrong way? Operator trouble. So here's the big deal. The alone is a fact. It's a physical fact. You can see, okay, that person's alone. Lonely is the fiction that Dave talked about in your head. You get to make that decision. So it's a physical thing. We invent the loneliness. It's our choice. So here's a big question for you. There's a guy. Is he lonely? Well, who knows? He's alone. That's clear. And here's somebody who's clearly not alone. But could they be lonely? Maybe. Well, here's the big question here. Come on. Now, who's done this before? Skydivers? Skydivers. How many of you, as you were plummeting to the ground at, 120 miles an hour? Give or take, is that about right? How many of you were lonely while that was going on? Not too many, I don't imagine. So, anybody ever done this? Scary? How many of you were lonely? So your mind says, oh no, I don't have time, I gotta be lonely, I need to save my life, I'm about to die. So, you go to the shrink, I'm lonely, and they will psychoanalyze you. So what is the cause of loneliness? Anybody know? Looking for a specific answer. What do you think?
Lack of connection.
That's not the answer I'm looking for. Anybody else? What do you think?
Chemical imbalance?
Focusing on the loneliness, focusing on...
Not quite what I'm looking for.
Is it chemical imbalance?
No? Say again? Dave, what do you think the answer is?
Disconnected.
The answer is who cares? I went and took a golf lesson once. Out in California, I was riding a bicycle back and forth on this 20-mile track I was doing in San Diego. And I began seeing they're starting to build something. And it's a field out in the middle of nowhere. And they're building this thing. And they start doing all this landscaping. And they're building a golf driving range. They built the whole thing out of AstroTurf. There was no grass out there at all. It was all so that when you hit the balls, they automatically roll back down into a hole so the guy doesn't have to go out there and drive a little Volkswagen around for you to aim at him and try and hit him. So I said, I'm going to go hit some balls, have a little card you put in a machine and balls start popping up out of the ground on a tee. You don't have to lean over and do it. Just whack them. And the guy comes out, rolls out a cart with a video camera and a computer. He says, I'm going to give you a free golf lesson. You talking about a swing coach? And so he says, I want you to hit about 4 or 5 of them. Any golfers here? 3. Come on.
I have clothes.
Oh, I have golf shoes. And so he does the thing, he hooks it to the computer, he says, you know what? Your swing is just like Sam Snead's. Does that mean anything to anybody? Know that name?
I love it.
Oh my gosh, one of the world's greatest golfers ever. And I'm going, no kidding, yeah, that's me, yeah. So he says, all right, let's hit some more. We'll give you a little free lesson here. So I'm hitting them pretty good, and I hit, what is this called? Slice. I hit one that goes way over here. I said, oh Lord, what did I do wrong? He says, why do you care? You want to do it again? So the whole idea is, who cares? What made you lonely? You have an option to change your mind. Just change your mind. And so my problem was that I had decided to be lonely. I don't know that I'm over that or not. I might be. But I came up with some ideas, I did some research, and I started looking at ways that I could find out why I was lonely and how to get rid of it. So there were some things I had to be careful about. Now, Cheryl, would you guys get a room or something? Jeez Louise, what do you got going on over here? Cheryl used to do the Indiana State Fair. And so it was the first time for me here. I've only been on board for about 12 months now. And they said, we want to send you to Indiana. I said, where is it? It's west of you. Just drive west and you'll run into it. So I headed for Indiana. And I get to Indiana. And Cheryl wouldn't give me the numbers, but, oh yeah, killing them out there. Just tearing them up every time I get out there. So I set up the booth. I'm in my own little tent over by the John Deere building and all the cool agricultural things, and I'm setting it all up. And there's one booth over here that sells food that's set up. Oh Lord, I don't have any food. I'm so hungry. go over and get 2 corn dogs and a big giant lemonade. And I ate them. And I'm trying to set this booth up, and I'm really starting to feel bad. Something's coming over me. I'm sick or something. And I felt that way all day long. Finally at night, got a little bit better. Okay, all right, a little bit better. The next day the show starts. I go next door. They're selling a half a pound of bacon, deep fat fried. You know it? It's awesome. Once in your lifetime. We'll never do it twice. And I ate it. And then for lunch, I went down and got a pizza. A whole pizza, and I ate it. A whole pizza. I don't remember what I ate from there on, but I remember I walked into the car to try and get some more supplies in or something, and I'm saying, my God, I'm aging so fast. I'm 70 years old, but I mean, it's just accelerating, and I'm dying. I gotta get some more pizza. I'm just not. I'm not myself, and so I go and get the pizza, and I eat another whole pizza. And literally, I'm trudging, and I'm about to lose everything. The shows are not working, I can't talk. I'm getting old. I'm just turning into an old, decrepit man, just like some of you. And so, a guy, I don't remember what he was selling. He was in a booth 2 doors down. And I'm just, can hardly do anything. I'm calling home and saying, Lynn, Diane, what's going on? I gotta go get another pizza. And the guy comes over from 2 booths over, selling little light bulbs. That's that little light bulb thing that I got you that plugs into the wall. He comes over, he says, if I get 2 T-bone steak, can you cook them? I said, you better bet I can. He shows up the next day with 2 giant T-bones. We cut them up into 4 pieces, did some vegetables, and we ate them for 4 days. All of a sudden, I'm starting to feel better, eating my vegetables. And then he brings over a filet of flounder, and we saute that with the vegetables. Yeah, okay, this is good. This guy saved my life. So when you go out there, you're trying to not be lonely. God knows, don't kill yourself with fair food. I mean, Tim Martin, one of the best trainers in the world, he said, eat it once. 1 corn dog. Or you can have 1 funnel cake. But don't keep doing this. So the problem, one of the things you want to avoid is don't let yourself get hungry. These are the danger signs here. If you get hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, your mind is just going to take you places that you have no business being. It is a dangerous place up here. If you get up here too much, I'm talking about. Oh, Lord. So that's a problem. So they always talk about your mind's empty. That's a dangerous, dangerous situation for you to be in. So don't let your mind be idle. Keep busy. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. So I have come up with a few ideas. So these are things that you can do that will help keep you busy, also maybe educate you a little bit. The satellite radio, who's got one of those? I mean, they got everything. They got stuff you shouldn't even be listening to, but they got everything. And that you're driving down those roads, you're driving that 500-mile run to wherever it is you're going, listen to the radio. This next one is so huge. Any of you got a chat buddy? Yeah. It's one of us talking to another one of us in most cases, because you're the only ones that understand what we're going through, what's going on. I got a chat buddy. Where is he? Well, he's gone. Oh, there he is. Dean. And we have gotten ourselves through some stuff. So caca. Get you a chat buddy. I'm looking for a couple more. If anybody wants to volunteer, please let me know, because I'd love to have 1 or 2 more of you. Here's a big one. You're sitting there, you got some downtime, call some customers. Did you get your cookware yet? How's it going for you? You love it, it's great. Might give you a story you can tell to somebody else. Get Spotify for your music. There's all kinds of stuff, and that whole idea about getting music that makes you happy. I love gangster rap. Don't do that. Don't do that. Read some poetry, read a book, do something. And this is at night when the show's over. Spend a little bit of time in reflection, prayer, whatever makes you tick. Learn a new language. Anybody, how many of you speak another language other than English? So Paul, get your hand up. Where's Charlie? There you go. Learn a new language. Everybody says, oh yeah, I wish we could do that. What do they call someone who speaks 3 languages? Trilingual, absolutely. What do they call it if it's 2 languages? Bilingual. What do they call a person who only speaks 1 language?
American.
An American. Move yourself out of that category. Do something. Oh, here's a huge one. Train somebody. First of all, you got a buddy, so you're not lonely. You tell them what to do, they'll do it all. They'll do anything. And they make you better. He keeps talking about how you get better. Well, yeah, I got to look good for this guy. The booth's going to be perfect. You have control over things out there in the field, and then there's some things that you don't. How many of you have figured out a way to get more people to come to the fair? Not so much. How many of you have figured out how to make your booth look fabulous? You have 100% control over that, absolute control. So the things that you have control over, take control over, own those things. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff here. I mean, you can take college courses now. There's 3 or 4. MIT has got 3 college courses. Yeah, studying at MIT. Do that. Keep yourself busy. Positive affirmations. Now here's a big one right here. Go eat decent food someplace if you're not going to cook for yourself. We have all these people come in and say, oh, I don't cook anymore. Well, neither do we. We're out here in the field and we're eating corn dogs. Lord knows you got the best cookware in the world. You got stoves all over the place. Cook some food for yourself. Figure it out. Get a recipe. Do something. Solve road problems. I don't even know what that meant. What I decided at some point, if I run into a snag while I'm out there, I find a permanent solution for that snag. So if something keeps happening, I'll take that damn thing up again. Fell again. How many times are you going to do that before you say, you know, maybe I will just solve this problem? Fix it. Get plenty of sleep if you can. Here's something that's huge. You have to know why you're doing this. Is this easy job? Who thinks it's easy? Not too many hands. Who thinks it's hard? It is hard. I mean, it takes commitment, it takes heart, it takes soul, it takes a lot of stuff. But you've got to know why. I got the new baby. Well, where is he? Got 15 babies at home. We know why he's doing it. He's going broke. Buying diapers. Know the why that you're doing this. If you don't know your why, you won't have that commitment, that drive, that passion to go out here and do this. So, my lovely wife is here. I dated her back in 1969. Her father did not like me. I had shoulder-length hair.
You had hair.
I had hair. Drug smoking, acid taking, hippie, rock and roll. You didn't like me very much. Well, I went overseas and we broke up. Reunited in 2001. In 2003, I popped the question. She do it again. Lovely. I popped the question. And she said yes. But she said, I've already done this once, didn't work out. We ain't making the same mistake twice. We're going to have a long engagement, 2 years. We decided to get married in 2005, planned the wedding, got everything all set up. Got Lynn's dad to come down and walk her down the aisle. He was warming up slightly, very stoic guy. And he walked her down the aisle and got her married. And we're home one day, pretty early in the morning. The phone rings. It's her mother. something's happened to your dad. They think it's his heart. Paramedics have taken him to the hospital. We're in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Her dad is 5 hours away in the low country of South Carolina. Lynn says, do you think we ought to go? I said, sweetheart, we have to go. We got to go now. She said, well, we should wait until they get a prognosis. Well, we got to go now. So we get in the car, and we start driving that 5 hours. We're about 20 minutes outside of Bamberg, South Carolina, her hometown, where her father has been taken to the 20-bed hospital. They hardly have any facilities to do much of anything. 20 minutes out, and a helicopter flies over, and I said, Lynn, this is not good. I know that's life flight. I know they're coming to take your dad. They're going to take him to Charleston, or they're going to take him to Columbia. Something's serious. And we get there in time. The helicopter's on the pad. The rotors are going. And we go inside, and right at the door is her dad. He's on the gurney. I've never seen so many tubes and pipes and machinery all hooked up. His cover's horrible. And we started to talk to him. We're speaking to him. And he looks up, and he just said one thing. He said, I've never seen the Grand Canyon. And then he lapsed into whatever, and they put him on a helicopter. We got to Columbia, and we sat out in the waiting room, and he didn't make it through surgery. He was gone. Never saw the Grand Canyon. And that's when I learned you got to know your why. If you got a bucket list, fill that bucket list. Go do those things. Don't let something, I had a few minutes and I could have done that thing. I could have gone to see whatever it is. I could have learned something. I could have done something for my kids. So find out what your why is. There's another way you can keep from being lonely on the road. I'm trying to do what is this right? Is that about?
That's good.
Okay, got it. Okay. I didn't know if you were doing iambic pentameter or what that was.
Macarena.
Macarena. But here's the way to keep from being lonely on the road. Now, if I'm not mistaken, what is that? That's the works. You want to keep from being lonely on the road? Sell a bunch of cookware. Be one of Dave H's panhandlers. And I think that's the greatest way to be lonely. But please, above all, find out why you're doing this and know what it is and fulfill the promises that you're making to yourself and to your family. Thank you very much. I'm just so honored to be in front of you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodwell, sir.